Good morning, students. In today's class, we will go further with the next concept, that is traversal and search techniques on the graphs. In our previous sessions, we have covered the traversal techniques on the trees, right? Trees and the graphs both are non-linear data structures. Since the data elements are arranged in a non-linear format, we required a special treatment in order to traverse or search the elements, because one node or one vertex might be connected to many more vertices or the nodes. So we need to find out a proper method wherein we can either search or we can traverse. For the graphs, we are going to look upon the search techniques. Okay, now before we begin with the concept, there is one particular diagram. Can you tell me whether is it a graph or is it a tree? Graph, how? Justify your answer. How it is a graph? There are loops or cycles. Loops or cycles means if you consider a subset or the few of the vertices, you will find that the edges will be connected such a way that it makes the loops. Just open the door. Just okay. Now consider here these three particular vertices. These four vertices. Now there are four vertices and three edges, but it is making a loop there. Right? Like that, you can find out many more loops in this particular. It's here only. Yes. You can just close it, don't put the latch, so that the students can get it. Correct? Now we know the just difference between a tree and a graph. At a first glimpse, when you look at here, you may try to think that okay, it is a tree because the first vertex is on the top. If you go downwards, you will try to find it on the same levels. But unfortunately, if you look at, there is no leaf. Leaf means below that you won't find any other vertices, connected edges. But or if you can look at the last vertex 8, from 8 you will find some more vertices which will constitute the cycle state. So this is a graph here. Now here we need to find the search technique means is that we need to find or we need to try to determine path between any two vertices. We need to find the path between the any two vertices such a way that if you pick any one of the vertex P, they should exist path to any other vertices. If you take for example one from vertex 1, is there a path between the vertices? Yes, there is a path towards 2 and towards 3. Take any other example like 7. If you consider 7, is there any path towards any other vertices? Yes, what are those? It is not only 8, there is path towards 3 also. If you consider 8, from 8 you will find a path towards 4, path towards 5, 6 and 7. Means there exists a path between two vertices. Right? Now, in order to find the search techniques for the graph, we have two different approaches or the methods. The first one is breadth first search. Second one is depth first search. Okay. Now, what actually we mean by breadth and depth? What do you think of? If there is a particular two-dimensional diagram is given, breadth means what? Depth means what? I will give you the hint. Left to right or right to left, horizontal, vertical. Horizontal and vertical. If you think of these two words, they can try to best fit the breadth and depth. Breadth means horizontal, right? Either from left to right or right to left, horizontally. Depth means vertical, either from top to bottom or bottom to top. So the search techniques can be applied either from left to right or right to left, that is horizontally. So the focus will be on the horizontal things. Verticals, if we give the priority, then such techniques we call it to be a depth. Now, coming to more particular to the graph here, depth means if I consider one vertex, assume that the vertex is first one, right? Now I need to go in a breadth wise, either from left to right or right to left. Anyway, we can consider. From 1, what are the vertices that have been collected? 2 and 3. Now, from 1, I can find a path towards 2 and a path towards 3. Now, if you look at here, from 1 first I will consider towards 2. So this is my first path. As I want to go in a breadth wise, horizontally, the next path I will try to find between 1 and 3. So first 1 and 2 is covered, and then 1 and 3 is covered. Is that I'm going from left to right? You will get a better picture now. From 1 to 2 I considered, 1 to 3 I considered. This is done. These 3 are done. Now I need to go further. In the list, what I have a 2 and I have 3. Now I will choose 2. Again, I want to go in the breadth first search. Breadth first means again horizontally. So try to find out what are the paths from 2, 4. So I will consider 2 and 4, then 2 and 5. Getting? Now, since the method says that breadth, previously I visited or I considered 2. Next, which one I should consider? I need to consider now 3. Now from 3, try to find whether there exists a path. Yes, from 3 to 6 there is a path. From 3 to 7 there is a path. If you just paid attention, initially I considered 1. In the next level, 2 and 3 I considered. Correct? In the next level, what should I consider now? These things. 4, 5, 6, 7. In this, I can choose at the first time as the 4. Now, is there a path from 4 to the 8? Yes, there is a path. So the focus is given in an horizontal ways or the breadth wise. Such a technique, such a search technique, we call it to be a breadth first search. This is a common understanding. Now, how exactly the algorithm, there is one particular algorithm for the breadth first search. How it exactly works. What are the steps involved them that we will try to understand. Okay, now the steps I will highlight here. These are the steps that we need to follow if you want to apply breadth first search for a given graph. Let us not go in detail here. Are you able to see the underlined words there? Can you read them? Visited, unexplored, adjacent, explored, queue, first vertex, no unexplored vertex is left. So here can I say that there are a few words which are common, as first one is vertex, sorry, that is visited, then unexplored, explored, adjacent and queue. 5 words. If we understand what the meaning of these 5 words, then we can understand the algorithm very easily. Okay, now first I will move on to the word queue. What is queue? What is queue? Do you recollect the data structure queue? Okay. Have you any time purchased a ticket for movies? Any other queue you have entered? How it works? First come, first serve. Can I say it as first in, first out? Yes. So here, in order to work with or go in the breadth first search, we need to consider one particular data structure called as a queue, wherein the principle of queue has to be applied. Principle of queue says that the one which has come first has to be taken out first, meaning the one who comes first, I need to do some work for that particular vertex. Okay. The second who comes next, that work has to be done later. So first come, first out. P4, F5, F4. That is first one. Fine. Then the next words are visited, unexplored, adjacent, and explored. Now, if this is the graph, I have to start working on this particular method. I have to start working on this particular method. Means I have to first select one vertex. I have to select one vertex at the beginning. When I say that if I want to select one particular vertex, then I call it to be the vertex which I am visiting. The vertex one, I say that I try to find, now I'm going to find the path from vertex 1 to the other vertices. So starting point is what? Vertex 1. Now I will say that vertex 1 I'm going to visit. Right? So visited or visit means the vertex. From that particular vertex, I will try to find the different paths to the its adjacent vertices. Adjacent means what? The one which are neighboring to them. If I say the vertex 1, who all are the vertices that are neighboring to it? 2 and 3. Then 2 and 3 are adjacent to vertex 1. Getting the point? Yes. Now, if I say vertex 5, what are the adjacent to vertex 5? What are adjacent to vertex 5? One by one. Yes. 2 and 8. Okay. Any other answer? Are the only 2 and 8 are the adjacent? Or do we have any other adjacent vertices? 4 and 6. Now look at, they might be left and right of 5, but does there exist a path? No. That means those 4 and 5 are not the adjacent to 5. Adjacent means if you consider one particular vertex, there should exist a path towards all other vertices. So here, for the vertex 5, adjacent are what? 2 and 8. For 8, what are the adjacent vertices? 4, 5, 6, 7. All 4 are the adjacent to the vertex. This is the meaning of adjacent. So we covered 3 meanings. First one is Q, visited, that is visited or visiting vertex. Third is adjacent. Fourth is unexplored and explored. Now pay attention. When I am starting from the vertex 1, which I am calling as a visiting vertex, from that, now I will go in the direction and I will try to find the adjacent vertices. In that particular process, I come to know that 2 and 3 are the one which are adjacent to it. Then I will visit 2 and 3. I will now visit 2 and 3. Right? After I visit 2 and 3, is that all the adjacent vertices of 1 have been visited? I am starting from one particular vertex. I went in the vertex 2 direction, I visited. Then from the same vertex 1, I visited the second vertex, that is 3. There were only 2 and 3, and now I visited both of them. Does that mean that the adjacent of 1, all the vertices have been visited now? Yes. In such case, now I will call 1 as explored. Explored means if I consider one particular vertex, I can call it to be explored if I find the path towards its adjacent vertices. If I visit all its adjacent vertices, then I can call myself to be I have been explored now. There are no more paths exist beyond these 2 paths. Until then, such vertex I call it to be unexplored. That means from 1 there are 2 adjacent. I go to second vertex. Did I explore all my adjacent vertices? No, means I'm still unexplored. Once I visit the vertex 3, then I can call myself to be explored because there were only 2 vertices. Now I visited both of them. So now I am explored. I know what are the different vertices and I know the path between them. So now I can call it to be explored. I will repeat the definition once again. If one particular vertex is said to be explored, if I can find the path between all its adjacent vertices, and if I can say, if I visit them, then I can call myself to be explored. Until then, I am still unexplored. Understanding? Yes or no? No. There is one connection or one relation. The vertex which is visited, is it explored or unexplored? If I consider one particular vertex, which I call it to be visited vertex, is that vertex explored or unexplored? It is unexplored. It is unexplored. How? When I visit first time for vertex 1, do I know the paths? Do I know the its vertices, adjacent vertices? I don't know. So I am still unexplored. If I visit my adjacent, then I am explored. If I consider here, in the process from 1 to the vertex 2 I am going and vertex 3 also I am going. 2 and 3 are what? Visited vertices. Are they explored? They are not. They will be explored next. The vertices which I have been visited are the one that will be explored next. Okay, now enough for the theory. Let us try to work upon how we can find the techniques or the paths. Okay, now for the first time, I know that what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to step by step redraw the graph or a subgraph. Okay, the breadth first technique is going to be used. Can you tell me which is the vertex that I need to visit first? Which vertex I need to visit first? First vertex, right? Visiting vertex 1. Okay, now I need to make use of a data structure called as a queue, where I'm going to put upon or insert the vertices which are unexplored. If it is explored, I will going to remove it. So for the first time, my queue is going to be empty. So let me write on this side queue, which is an empty queue. Nothing is there. I'm starting with one particular vertex called as A. So let me write it as A. So this is my first step, wherein I am starting with vertex 1 by visiting it. At that time, queue is empty. Now, in the next step, what I need to do? I need to start exploring. Now, explore vertex 1. I need to start exploring the vertex 1. What actually we mean by exploring the vertex 1? Try to find the adjacent vertices from that particular vertex. If you look at the diagram, what are the vertices that are adjacent to 1, 2 and 3, right? Now what I will do, I will try to redraw the graph or the subgraph here. So first vertex 1, then vertex 2, then vertex 3. And I know that vertex 1 is connected to 2 and 3. 1 to 2 is connected and then 1 to 3 is connected. Okay, now let me try to write my queue here. Let me try to write the queue. Initially it was empty. What I did, I started exploring vertex 1. Remember, in queue, I need to write the vertices which are not explored. Not explored means unexplored vertices. So for the first time, 1 is unexplored. From 1, I will find a path towards 2. I visit 2. Is that 2 explored? It is not explored. I will add it to my queue. After 2, then I find that there is a path from vertex 1 to vertex 3. Now, is that vertex 3 is explored? No, it is just visited, means it is unexplored. I add it, right? I'm just adding the vertices in my queue, right? At the end of when I add 3, try to find is that vertex 1, which is the first in that particular list, is that vertex 1, can I say it to be explored? Can I say it to be explored? Why? There are only 2 adjacent to it, and I visited those 2 and 3. From 1, there are only 2 different paths, and I visited to 2 and I visited to 3. That means now from 1, I have been completed with the task. Since I am completed with the task, that means I need to remove it from the queue. I need to remove it from the queue because queue cannot contain the explored vertex. You want me to repeat once again why I removed 1 from them? Now, pay attention. Initially, queue was empty. For the first time, as a first step, we mentioned that the starting vertex that I wrote in the first step, queue as empty. Now, in the second step, which I am writing there, what I need to do, I need to start exploring the vertex 1. Exploring vertex 1 means I should start finding the adjacent vertices from 1, right? So 1 I need to explore. At the present, that is at the starting of the second step, 1 is not explored. It is unexplored. I wrote it there. Then from 1, I find that there is a adjacent vertex 2, means there exists a path. 2, I will write 5. 2 is also unexplored. Then I find that there is one more adjacent, that is 3. 3 is also unexplored. Okay. Now, after this stage, at the end of this particular step, is that the vertex 1? Can I say it to be explored now? Yes, because I have found all the possible paths there. That case, as the rule says, queue cannot contain explored vertices. I am just removing it one. So, in that list, which was come first? 1. Was that got deleted first? Yes. First come, first give the service format. First in, first out. Now, at the end of this particular step number 2, we have got this subgraph and queue contains 2 and 3. Whatever the vertices we have in the queue, that says that these are the vertices that we have to start exploring for the next stage. Now there are 2 and 3. Tell me which vertex I should explore first. Why 2? Because in that queue, 2 has come first. Correct? Now I should start exploring 2. What actually it means? It means that now I need to go to the next step. Step number 3. In the step number 3, I should start explore vertex 2 here. Explore vertex 2 means what actually? Let me try to redraw the previous graph here. Okay, now this graph, subgraph already I have. Now my job is to do what? Start exploring vertex 2. Now look at this graph. What are the adjacent vertices to 2? 4 and 5. That means now I need to draw the subgraph here, where I will have a 4 and a 5. Let me name them. This is 4. This one is 5. 2 is connected to 4 and 2 is also connected to 5. Now, at the same time, let us try to understand what will happen in my queue. Before this, what were the values? 2 and 3. When I started visiting or exploring 2, which was the one that I visited first? 4. I will add into my queue. After 4, what I visited? 5. I will add into queue because those are not at explored, those are being visited. So I added into my queue. Now, when I added 5, do you think that this 2 is now fully explored? What should I do? Delete from the queue. Now I am deleting this particular from the queue. So at the end of this step number 3, I have now completely explored the vertex 2, so I removed it. But in my queue, I have got 2 more values, that is 4 and 5, that will be explored later. Understood? Now, in the next step, can anyone tell me which particular vertex I should start exploring? 3, because in the queue, 3 is first. So now, explore vertex 3. Okay, now let me again do the same thing. Let me redraw this particular diagram or a subgraph, put it here. Now I will start exploring 3. Exploring 3 means what are the vertices that are below to 3? 6 and 7. So 2 vertices I will get, 6 and then 7. Three is connected to 6. There exists a path. There exists a path from 3 to 7. So what and all I need to write in my queue here? What was there before? 3, 4, 5 were already existing. Now what I should? 6 and 7. Should I delete anything? What? 3. Because 3 is now I can say it is explored. Understood? Yes? Now, next step, who can tell me? Step 5. Now what should I do? Explore vertex 4, because that is there in the first in my queue. So let me redraw it once again. Now, what are the vertices that are connected to 4? That are adjacent to 8? If you look at closely, students, 4, there are 2 different adjacent vertices. One is 2, other is 8. But already we know the path for 2, right? Already 2 was explored, so I should not consider. The one which is unexplored is 8. So I just need to consider 8 here. Now, from 4, I need to have one vertex as 8 and connected. Understood? So tell me, what should I write in my queue? Previously, what I had? 4, 5, 6, and 7 were there. Now what I should add here? 8. When I add the 8, should I delete 4? Because now 4 is completely visited, right? It is explored. So 4 I will remove from my queue. Correct? Done? Now, next, what I should do? I need to explore 5, right? Now, look at the graph, given graph. What are the adjacent vertices to 5? 2 and 8. Now, is 2 explored? Is 8 visited? Is 8 visited? Look at the queue here. Is 8 visited? Yes. Means there exists a path to 8. I should not consider it once again from 5 to 8. Because 8 can be reached from where? 4. 8 can be reached in this diagram. If you look at from 4, I can reach to 8. There exists a path. Now I am trying to explore 5. I find that there are 2 adjacent. One is 2, other is 8. Already 2 is explored. and 8 is already visited. Means I should not visit it once again from 5 to 8. Understood? That means in this queue, shall I say that vertex 5 is now explored? I had what? 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I'm trying to explore 5 and I come to know that there are only 2 adjacent. One is 2, other is 8. 2 was already explored and 8 was already in my list. It is already in my list means what? This is already visited. I no need to visit it once again. That means, is that 5 explored now? Is that vertex 5 explored now? Explored in the sense what? Does there exist a path from that particular vertex to its neighboring edges? There exists. So remove it from the queue. What about 6 now? What are neighboring or what are the adjacent vertices to 6? 3 and 8. Are they covered already by any other vertices? Yes. That means 6 is also now explored. What about 7? From 7 we have 2, one towards 3, other towards 8. 3 was already covered, 8 is already in the list, that is visited. That means 7 is also now explored. What I have left out with? 8. Now what are the adjacent to 8? 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, are they already explored? Yes. So remove this also from the queue. Now what I have got in the queue? Nothing. Right? If we look at the queue, what we had was actually we started from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It is pretty much simple in this example. If you notice, initially we added 1, then we added 2 and 3, then we deleted 1. Then we added 4 and 5, we deleted 2. We added 6 and 7, deleted 3. Like that, we kept on doing, that is first come, first serve basis. And at the end, we have queue is empty. When we have queue empty, try to look at this particular subgraph and tell me, does there exist a path between any of the 2 vertices? It can be direct or it can be indirect. Now tell me, is this graph, subgraph, is it still a graph or is it a tree? It is a tree. There is a speciality in that. What type of tree is this? What type of tree is this? Shall I give you a hint? Count the number of vertices. How many vertices are there? 8 vertices. Count the number of edges. 7. Is there a relationship for a one particular tree? We can call it to be a dash dash tree if number of edges are less than total number of vertex. What is that? Spanning tree. Is it a spanning tree? A tree can be called as a spanning tree, right? Or we can say a graph can be called as a spanning tree if and only if there exists same number of vertices, but the number of edges should be one less than the total number of vertices. There are 8 vertices. From the edges, how many? 7. Second interesting part is that if you try to join any other 2 vertices now, it will make a cycle. Select any other 2 vertices. In our previous or the original graph, there was a connection from 5 to 8. If you join 5 to 8, will it make a cycle? Yes. If you try to join 6 and 8, it also makes a cycle. What about 7 and 8? It again makes a cycle. That means it says that already we know some concept or one particular path which exists between 2 vertices. If you try to do one more attempt, then it is going to make it as a cycle. It will never be a spanning tree. or it will never be a tree. Right? This is our final subgraph, which we can call it to be a spanning tree, that tells us the breadth search or a search graph. If you look at here, the exploration, how it happened. For the first time, which vertex we visited? 1. Next, which are the vertices that have been visited? 2 and 3. After that, 4, 5, 6, 7. After that, 8. Is it that it went on the horizontal mode? Like 1, next level, 2 and 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Did we apply that left to right order? We can even apply, it is no strict and hard rule that we need to apply only left and right. We can apply right and left also. Right and left means from the first time when I select 1, next I can go to 3, then I can go to 2. In that queue, what will happen? 1, 3, 2 will be there, 1 will be removed, 3 and 2 will be there. Next time I will going to visit 3 first. In the 3, 7, 6, 5, 4, and then 8. Can anyone tell me what would be the final change in the subgraph if I go from right to left? 7 and 8 will be connected, whereas 4 and 8 will never be connected. But still, that is also a spanning. For any graph, we can have n number of spanning points. And it is not that I have to start from the top. I can even start from the bottom. I can start from 8. Then I can go to 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 2, 3, and then 1. But for simplicity, what we do? Based upon the numberings what have been given to the vertices, we go in this order. Okay? From top, we go top, then left to right, then left to right, up to we reach the bottom. If there are the labels as A, B, C, D, E, then we will go in that particular direction. This is one of the simplest graph I have taken. Next time we will try to take some other graphs. Geometrical, they may look like different, but how we traverse as part of our breadth first will be interesting. Is this understood now? What we mean by breadth first search? Yes? In our next class, we will move on to the second concept, that was depth first. How we apply depth first search, right? There also we get to see a spanning tree only. At the end of the depth first search, we will find one more spanning tree. The procedure is different, but we will find the path between two vertices. Now, if you look at these particular statements, these steps, does they correlate with what we have exercised, the exercise which we have done? Try to read the step by step and understand. First is that we start at one particular vertex and we call it to be visited. What was the vertex we started with? 1. Can I call it to be visited? Yes, I'm starting with that one. Next is what? At that time, can I call it to be unexplored? Yes, because I have not yet visited the adjacent to that. So next step, third, what it says? Vertex A is said to be explored when the algorithm has visited all the vertices adjacent to it. Right? So in the next step, all the unvisited vertices adjacent to B are visited next. From 1, 2, and 3 are the adjacent vertices. Those will be visited in the next one. When I visit in the next line, can I call that particular vertex C as explored? Yes. And then in the queue, we will add the vertices that have to be explored next. Means unexplored vertices we will add in the, and we repeat these steps until when? Until our queue becomes empty. Let me know if you don't understand any one of those particular steps mentioned. Online students, you can enter your attendance. If there are any questions related to this breadth first search, you can ask. Enter your attendance. I will just go through this particular diagram here once again and look at them, whether your understanding is clear or not. Two things you have to take care in every step. First one is drawing the subgraphs. Second is writing the Q elements. For the first time, you start from one particular vertex, Q will be empty. Next time, you start exploring that vertex, and simultaneously you keep on adding the numbers there. For first time, you may get it little confusing with respect to Q. Beginning in the step number 1, Q is empty, but at the end of step number 2, you will find 2 and 3. You won't find the existence of 1 because in step 2, 1, 2, 3 will be added, correct? But at the end of 3, when we add 3, 1 is now explored. If it is explored, we cannot keep it in my queue. I remove it. So at the end of step number 2, you will only find 2 and 3. Next step, since among these two, 2 is the first one, I should start exploring 2, right? When I start exploring 2, what I find? 4 and 5. So 4 and 5 I add here, but you will find that there is no 2 because it is now fully explored. Students will most of the time I have seen in the previous years and all, when they start reading this one later after 1 month or so, then they will try to find this is empty here first time, then next there is a 2 and 3, where is 1? Then from this they will try to compare. Here there are 2 and 3, then there is 3, 4, 5. What happened to 2? What happened to 2 was it is now explored. So that has been taken out. Same way, there are 3, 4, 5. In the next time, I am trying to explore 3. When I am trying to explore 3, I find that 6 and 7 that I am going to visit. After I visit 6 and 7, 3 is now completely explored. So I remove it from this particular.